بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So moving on to the next mansoob is the hal. Okay. So if you look here, we've done maf'ul mutlaq was number 1, maf'ul thani was number 2, maf'ul fi was number 3, maf'ul lahu was number 4, also known as maf'ul li ajlihi. Maf'ul fi is also known as zarf. The 5th was maf'ul ma'ahu. And the 6th we're now moving on to is what? Al-Hal. So first of all, let's get the definition out of the way. So faslun, Al-Halu lafzun yadullu ala bayani hay'ati al-fa'ili aw al-maf'uli bihi aw kilayhima. The Hal, and one note to remember about Hal, that Hal can be mudhakkar and mu'annath. The word Hal is from those words which the Arabs have used as both mudhakkar and mu'annath. In poetry, if you look at it, the word hal, sometimes they've used the mudhakkar zamir, sometimes the mu'annath zamir. So both are permissible. Other words that there are, sabil, is used both as mudhakkar and mu'annath. And a few others that I can't think of, but there are a few, about 5, 6 of them, very common. Okay? So you can say al-halu lafdun yadullu, some books will have, no, not lafdun, but, okay? That's yadullu refers to loves. So hal is a word which shows, and again, ala, you don't have to translate ala because that's the maf'ul bihi ghayr sarih. So hal is a word which implies or which shows the hay'ah, the condition, the state of the fa'il, or the state of the maf'ul bihi, or the state of both of them, which is very rare, but in theory it could happen. So when you have a word, and he just says lafdun, other books have mentioned wasfun, and wasf here means mushtaq. So originally, primarily, the original rule is the hal is a word which shows the state of the fa'il or the maf'ul bihi or them both. As a note here, forget Arabic grammar. If you look at it from a meaning perspective, just a meaning perspective, the hal and the naat are the same thing. They both describe. The only difference is that the hal is temporary. The hal doesn't remain after the action. Ja'a Zaydun rakiban. So the rukub and the riding only exist as long as the ja'a is occurring. As opposed to Ja'a ar-rajulu salih. The salah, the piety remains even after the coming has come to an end. So hal and naat are similar in many aspects, but one of the differentiating factors, not in terms of grammar, but in terms of meaning, is that hal is a temporary state, whilst in naat or a sifa is what? A more permanent or a more long-term condition. Correct? So the hal is a word which denotes, depicts, or shows the state, you can translate it as state, condition of the fa'il or the maf'ul bihi, or both of them. Kilayhima refers back to fa'il and maf'ul bihi. For example, ja'ani zaydun rakiban. So this is a word. Is it a mushtaq? It's a mushtaq, ism al-fa'il. It is depicting the condition of the fa'il when? At the time of his doing ja'a yaji'u. Got it? Similarly, وَضَرَبْتُ زَيْدًا مَشْدُودًا. They use the word darb example. This is even getting even more. The darb is even getting worse. So darab yadribu darban, darabtu zaydan darban with emphasis. Now he's moving on to, he's tying him up and torturing him. I said they use examples just for example's sake. But yes, this is an example, so don't ever do this. So darabtu zaydan, I'm not confessing to any crime, okay? Darabtu zaydan mashdudan. I do not condone this sort of behavior. So I hit Zayd. What was the state of the maf'ul? So here he's a fa'il. This is the hal of the fa'il. And in this example, mashdudan, shadda yashuddu shaddan, to tie. So I hit Zayd in a state he was tied up. Proper battering. Okay, so I hit Zayd in a state he was tied up. So in this example, the hal is of the, what's the hal? Of the maf'ul bihi. In this example, the hal was of the fa'il. And the third scenario is where you have the hal of both of them. So yes, this is theory, but you wouldn't find examples where you have a hal of both fa'il and maf'ul at the same time. It's very rare, or probably if you find one in your lifetime in normal text, apart from the books of grammar, you'll be lucky. But it does exist in theory. لقيت أمرا راكبين. I met Amr راكبين. Who was Rakib? Me and Amr. We were both riding horses or scooters or something, and we were passing by each other, and I met him. We were both riding. So the fa'il, maf'ul, bihi, or both of them. Correct? So when any word which is a mushtaq shows or depicts the state of any of them, it is called a hal. Understood? We'll continue here tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.